All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're on the hunt, trying to solve a really interesting market mystery. There's this one single word that keeps showing up in completely different high-growth parts of the economy. We're going to follow the clues and figure out what's really going on.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like the setup to a really weird joke, right? But the answer, and I promise there is one, reveals this powerful, kind of hidden theme that's driving markets right now. Each one of these is a piece of the puzzle, and they're all connected by one big idea. So our first clue takes us deep into the high-stakes world of biotech. You know, this is a place where billions of dollars can literally be made or lost based on just one clinical trial. It's a world that demands absolute pinpoint precision. To get a handle on this world, we have to understand the analysts who cover it. And this is Joseph Stringer. Now, he's not your typical Wall Street analyst. His background is pure science. We're talking a PhD in chemistry, a postdoc at Yale. He gets the actual science behind the medicine, which gives his financial calls a serious edge.
And you can see his strategy just by looking at his ratings. Over 86% of them are buy. But get this, a big, fat 0% are sell. Now, that's not just blind optimism. It means he's focused on finding the big potential winners, not betting against companies. It's a strategy built on deep scientific belief. And this just perfectly illustrates how biotech investing is so black and white. His best call, on Pliant Therapeutics, delivered incredible returns. But his worst call, on Annexon, shows you the massive risk involved when the science just doesn't work out. In this game, it's often all or nothing.
So, here's the main takeaway for our first clue. In the life sciences world, success is all about precision. Precise science, precise data, and a very precise bet on what's coming next. The name we're tracking, Sprinter, really captures this need for sharp, accurate focus.
All right, our second clue. We're shifting gears now, moving out of the lab and into the cloud. Here, precision takes a back seat to a different demand. Just pure lightning speed in the super competitive world of software.
So this is Sprinter. The company has a massive goal: create one single platform to manage every single way a company talks to its customers. But while the vision is clear, its financial story, well, that's a whole other thing. It's got investors totally divided.
Just look at what Wall Street thinks. The price targets for Sprinter are all over the place. You've got some analysts saying it's worth $17. They see huge potential. Then you have others who are way more pessimistic, slapping a $7 target on it. This is what pure market uncertainty looks like.
Now, the case for the company is pretty compelling. They're seeing really strong growth in some key spots, like a 43% jump in their professional services. That tells you that big companies are buying into the vision and they're willing to pay for help to get it set up.
But, and this is a big but, the case against them is just as strong. There's this key metric. It's called remaining performance obligations. Basically, it tracks long-term contracts, and it fell 18%. That has investors seriously worried that future growth could be hitting a wall.
So for clue number 2, Sprinter's story connects our theme word to the idea of speed. It's a flat-out race to innovate and grab the market, even if the financials look a little messy while you're doing it.
Okay, on to our third clue. This one takes us to the real cutting edge of finance, the world of crypto and decentralized finance, DeFi, where the entire game is about moving value as fast as you possibly can.
Meet Sprinter. This is a project that was created by some of the original folks behind Ethereum, and its whole mission is to solve one of the biggest headaches in crypto. How do you move your assets from one blockchain, say Ethereum, to another without it taking forever and costing a fortune?
So how does it do it? Well, it's this really slick system they call solving as a service. Just think of it like this. You want to do a swap. Instead of waiting for the slow blockchains to sync up, a third party, this solver, just instantly fronts you the money on the other side. The slow, clunky part happens later, in the background. For you, the user, it feels instant.
And this clue gives us our third theme, velocity. The whole point of the Sprinter protocol is to build the financial rails for a digital world that can operate at top speed, getting rid of all the friction and making value transfer totally seamless. All right, for our final clue, let's leave the digital world behind for a second and come back to something we can all see and touch, a vehicle that's become a true icon of the modern physical economy. Now, before we look at the vehicle, we need to get this key concept, total cost of ownership. You see, smart businesses, they don't just look at the price tag.
They analyze the entire cost of something over its lifetime. We're talking fuel, repairs, and especially what they can sell it for down the road.
And that brings us to the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter van. Now, the initial sticker price, yeah, it's high, but businesses see it as a really smart long-term play. Why? Because it's durable, it's efficient, and its resale value is fantastic, which means its total cost of ownership can actually be lower than cheaper vans.
So our last clue connects the Sprinter name to agility. This van is the absolute backbone for tons of small businesses, delivery fleets, logistics companies, you name it. It's the physical version of the need to move stuff and move it fast in the real world.
Okay, so we've got all our clues. We have precision in the lab, speed in the cloud, velocity on the blockchain, and agility on the road. So what do they all have in common? It's time to finally solve this thing.
The report that got us started on this whole thing really just sums it up perfectly. The common link, the one idea that ties all of these different sprinters together, is this shared, non-stop drive for both speed and accuracy.
Let's just break it down one last time. The analyst represents the precision you need for those high-risk bets. The software company? That's the breakneck speed of innovation. The protocol is building the infrastructure for pure digital velocity. And the van gives us the real-world agility that powers our economy. They're all just different reflections of the exact same market obsession.
From drug trials to crypto trades, this demand to do everything faster and more accurately is just completely reshaping every industry. It's the great accelerator of our time. And the biggest question that leaves us with is, where exactly does this relentless chase for velocity lead us from here?